because if you can create a team, then you have an entire marketing machine. Even if you're just talking about like people who are referring for you, I always say referrals are super easy. Once you make one person happy, you pay them, they're gonna bring other people. That's another thing. Like I noticed with a lot of tax pros, it's like, you know how to prepare taxes, but you actually don't know a thing about taxes. But it's important to have a business because when you have a 9-to-5, you're relying on other people to make you money.
I've been living tax-free since I was 20 years old. I made my first 6 figures in my early 20s and wasn't paying any taxes because I started a side business.
Black wealth means that we're able to not just build in the economy, but build an economy for ourselves.
Welcome to Black Wealth Weekly Podcast, where you can find different guests being interviewed by me, Shaniqua Nicole, the Millennial Money Maven, every single week, where we will be breaking down how they got into their respective industries and are creating wealth for their families. You don't want to miss an episode, so hit the bell and tune in.
What's up, family? Welcome to this week's episode of Black Wealth Weekly Podcast. We are here live at InvestFest 2025. You guys know me. I'm your host, Dr. Shaniqua Nicole, the Millennial Money Maven. Bring you some of the dopest entrepreneurs, investors, and CEOs that are killing the game. And today is no different. Please welcome to the podcast. What's going on, Queen? What is your name and what do you do?
Steph C, Instagram at Steph.doesit. I'm a virtual tax business coach and tax advisor, so I help people save their money from the IRS. And for those who want to get in the industry, I help them get in with, the right tools so that they're not inundated with a bunch of software stuff. Or, sometimes when tax people start, they're so inundated with like software or work or thinking that they have to be at their computer all day. So we just try to make it easy as possible.
Yeah, I love that. How long have you been in this space?
I've been doing this since 2019. I started my own business in 2020.
Okay. Well, I love that. I've been in the tax industry for 19 years.
Nice.
So I know how hard it can be.
Right.
And what I learned I think I've been coaching for about 10 years in that space.
Yeah.
People that are like accountants or financially inclined,
right,
they are analytical. So when it comes to like actually knowing business, marketing, systems, that's the part where they need help.
Right.
So talk to us about how you can help take a person from startup phase to 6-7 figure business.
Well, the first thing we want to do is just make sure that their systems are in place, right? I mean, there's just so many things to use nowadays. You got VAs to make stuff easier for you so that you're not sitting there doing all the tax work. Affiliate marketing so that you're not just the only person out there marketing yourself. Because if you can create a team, then you have an entire marketing machine. Even if you're just talking about like people who are referring for you, I always say referrals are super easy. Once you make one person happy, you pay them, they're going to bring other people.
Yep.
Those people are going to bring people. Like there's just so many ways to expand it. It doesn't have to be so hard. And of course, just staying present online, that's going to bring in a lot of clients as well. And then using the right tax software. I hear like tax pros all the time, like, oh, I'm just doing it on TurboTax. And it's like, okay, cool. So you're charging clients $80. That's fine. That's fine. Or you can get real professional tax software where you're charging clients on the back end and you don't have to charge them up front. I mean, those are just simple things I would say that make things easier.
Yeah.
And just knowing the code, right? That's another thing. Like I noticed with a lot of tax pros, it's like, you know how to prepare taxes, but you actually don't know a thing about taxes. So are you studying the tax code? Are you reading the IRS publications all the time to make sure that you're staying on track? So we just try to encourage that. I think for mostly in like our community, my community really just tries to focus on making sure you know taxes, right? That you understand everything. And then of course, for those who want to learn, we'll make sure that your marketing's on point so you can do it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So what are some tax strategies that we can take advantage of this year, especially with Trump's new bill?
Well, yeah, with Trump's new bill, I always say a lot of people know, but bonus depreciation is back at 100%, right? So that means you can depreciate your assets 100% in 1 year instead of splitting it out over decades. So that's one of the biggest things right now. And in a qualified business income, they left it at 20% permanently. So that's also something we could just take advantage of, just like literal things that have just been put into law within the last couple months.
Yeah.
And this, I think people try to overthink tax savings, but in reality, just the everyday stuff is how you're able to save. Like taking advantage of your home office deductions, taking advantage of like mileage on your cars, just simple things. You're a business owner. You pay for like 50 billion software. I mean, I could name them right now. QuickBooks, you know what I'm saying? We got PayPal and Shopify for people who have e-com stores, and then they don't even know they can write off simple things like the actual
processing
subscriptions.
fees.
Yeah, like Zoom. Well, I got Zoom, Webinar Jam.
Right.
Like I'm a,
Right.
you know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Listen,
Like
hundreds of thousands by the time the end of the year hit.
right, by the time the end of the year hit, and
Yeah.
then you don't even realize it's just
Right.
these everyday stuff. You think, okay, yeah, it's for my business, but I also have Zoom because I talk to my friends. But cool, but you use Zoom for your business.
Yeah.
You know, write it off, take advantage. You work out of your
And
home.
let's talk about that. How important is it for the everyday person to start a small business?
It's, to me, super important because the way I try to think about like just 9 to 5 income, and I don't have a problem with 9 to 5 income. So I just want to make it clear. I'm not that kind of person who would be
Keep
like,
your job.
yeah, keep your job. I'm not that person. Quit your job and then what? You know, so I'm not gonna say go broke trying to make some money. Use your 9 to 5 to fund your so you fund your business until your business can pay for your 9 to 5. But it's important to have a business because when you have a 9 to 5, you're relying on other people to make you money. In my business, the entire success of my business, of my livelihood, it depends on me.
Right.
Everything I do, I grow it. I put 100% to it. Now, if you're not going to put 100% towards your business, then that's going to be on you.
Yeah.
But if you're willing to actually grind it out, if you're willing to go through the trenches, like I think too many people nowadays, they don't want to work. They don't want the hard stuff of growing a business. You rather, you know what I mean, get paid. That's cool.
Right.
So stay at making 70K a year. But
Yeah.
guess what? The economy is moving a lot faster than the
So
money that
quick.
you're making.
Oh my
so that
gosh.
little raise that you're getting, that little 10% sometimes, the economy is going at like
10%.
Yeah, sometimes, right?
3%, 2%,
3%,
you
right.
know?
Exactly. And we're talking about an economy right now that's at like 30% inflation more
Yeah.
than it's been in since 2020. So
Right.
if you're only getting a 3% raise per year, that means the economy is moving a lot faster than you are.
Right.
Why not get a business? Why not start something for yourself?
Yeah.
Even if it's small, see where it goes from there. Nobody's saying, yo, go and build $1 billion business right now. We're saying build something for yourself.
Right.
So that you also have money that's not just depending on your job. Because if you lose your job tomorrow, what are you going to do?
Let's take a break from the episode and learn why you need to join me on my free masterclass at financialprolive.com. If you're ready to make the switch from hustling, bustling, selling real estate, or selling products that you just don't believe in, and you're ready to make a change in the financial services industry, you need to join my free masterclass coming up at financialprolive.com. I'll see you there.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love that. And I think it's super important that especially 9 to 5 people, and that's the way I started my tax business.
Yeah.
I started my tax business while I was working on Wall Street. And, you know, I just wanted to make more money.
Right.
And, you know, what I learned, I didn't know that I was unlocking the tax code to live tax-free. I've been living tax-free since I was 20 years old. I made my first 6 figures in my early 20s and wasn't paying any taxes because I started a side business. And so, you know, what that did for me was instead of paying, like, let's just say an average person in their 20s making $100,000, they're looking at paying $20,000 a year in taxes. Now you're not paying $20,000 a year in taxes. Now you can invest or save $20,000 a year. In 5 years, you have 6 figures in the bank.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of my framework.
Yeah.
I believe that we all need 6 figures in the bank.
Yep.
You know, COVID happened. People were out of work for years.
Yeah.
And you know, so you gotta create that little cushion. I call it a little FU money.
No, every time, 100%. I completely agree with that. Yeah, I didn't. It's crazy because when I started being self-employed, I was working for a call center. So now it's like I'm self-employed. I'm working for a call center. I'm getting 1099. I had no idea what to do with that at all. See, it's like you knew from the get. I didn't even know. So it's like now I'm owing. I don't know what to do. I'm getting stressed out. I'm like, should I save 10% of my income? And that's what they tell you when you work like a self-employment job.
Yeah.
Oh, save for 10% of your income. Do you even understand taxes at all? Like, what is that actually supposed to be doing? Like, and then what? If I don't know that I need write-offs, then I'm still owing the IRS. Like, and I worked at a call center for 9 years. You're talking about almost a decade.
Wow.
I mean, some years.
The time flies so quick.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. You got to start a business.
Yep.
Save on taxes.
Yep.
Start saving and investing.
Yeah.
Next thing you look up, you got 6 figures in the bank. So I really think that that's a cheat code.
Yeah.
Tell me, before we go, I guess, give the people a tax tip or a financial tip or something that they can implement in their business that's going to help them scale and grow this year.
Something to implement in your business. I'm gonna say for like immediately, and it's crazy because as I've been talking to more people, I've just been noticing something more. A lot of business owners have been mixing their personal income with their business income for some reason. Now, I know that may seem simple to some of us who know, but some of us don't yet know better. And it's like you're mixing your personal and your business income, and you don't even realize, besides the fact that you're piercing the corporate veil. So if you get sued, you're leaving all your money open, right? But then when you're mixing your money, you're also letting the IRS know that you don't take your business seriously. So now why are they going to take your write-off seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, you write off some stuff, but how do I know that this that you wrote off wasn't just for your home?
Right.
And it was for your like your home rent versus your business rent.
Yeah.
They have no clue. So I would say one of the biggest things is, number one, from the get, please start separating your personal expense from your business. I mean, have 2 separate accounts. And if you need to pay your rent, you need to do that out of your personal account. You need to buy groceries out of your personal account. You do business stuff, it's out of there. Because that's how you actually start knowing how much money you're making, how much money you're losing, and what expenses are really going towards your business. Because if you're mixing your home and your personal expenses, how do you really know how much money you made? And how do you know that your business isn't costing you more?
Right. Yeah. No, that is definitely key.
Yeah.
Definitely key. Organization is definitely key. But listen, I'm a tax nerd. I can talk about this stuff all day.
Oh, yeah, me too.
We might have to sit down for a full-length interview
Yes,
soon
I
and do
love
that. But for now, please let the people know where they can find, follow, and support you.
All right, guys. You can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Steph.doesit. All platforms. Let's keep our money and save it from the IRS. Let's go.
I love it. And Steph, one last question.
Yes.
What does Black Wealth mean to you?
Black wealth means that we're able to not just build in the economy, but build an economy for ourselves. So many times we're excluded. Let's start including each other. I think when we start to grow, it's like, oh no, it's everybody for themselves. That's the reason why certain other cultures are able to maximize and grow to the full potential, because they start going together. I think Black wealth needs to be unity, and growth. And like I said, just growing together.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Make sure you guys go and follow Steph. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with somebody that might be a new entrepreneur or trying to transition from their 9-to-5 and need some tax tips. Make sure you follow me. I'm Dr. Shaniqua Nicole, the Millennial Money Maven. And if we didn't catch you this year at 2025 InvestFest, I guess we'll have to see you guys next year. Peace.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of Black Wealth Weekly. I'm your host, Shaniqua Nicole, and I hope to see you next week. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on them notifications, and head to blackwealthweekly.com, where you can read all the new episodes of these entrepreneurs and so many others.
Thanks for watching Black Wealth Weekly.